Greetings, everyone, and I guess I should say happy Friday. I see I just need to make a little adjustment here. Uh, I am Reverend Ann Tabor, and welcome to episode 12 of Put a Myrtle on It. That's right, the place to be for a little myrtle, a little prayer, and a little song. Now, you were listening to, oh my gosh, such a beautiful song called We Are All Angels by Karen Drucker. Precious song. And so, if you are new to Unity, and maybe just not even all that familiar with who Myrtle Fillmore is, let me just share a few very quick highlights with you. Myrtle Fillmore is one of the co-founders of the Unity movement. She and her husband Charles co-founded Unity back in the late 1800s, as well as what became Silent Unity, which is one of the longest running telephone prayer ministries in the world, over 125 years. As well, they developed a Daily Word magazine. And so I am a Unity minister. I'm licensed, ordained. I have a Master of Divinity. And I fell in love with Myrtle Fillmore, and not only her teachings, but of course the teachings of Unity. And you know what happened with me over, a couple of years is that my life changed for the better. And I know that they can do these principles, these teachings can do the very same for you. Now, in many ways, these teachings are not necessarily unique to Unity. They're ancient wisdom, really, by most standards. This is just Unity's perspective on these spiritual teachings. And so when I was in seminary, I coined the phrase, put a myrtle on it. And so I thought, since we're in the midst, where are we, month 8, maybe going into month 9 of being in this global pandemic together, what better time than right now to share Myrtle's seeds of truth? So every Friday, right here, noon Central Time on Facebook Live, we are going to join together, and I'm going to give you a little myrtle, right? A little prayer and a little song. Now, if you're not able to be with us live during the live stream, that's fine, because we post this on our Unity of Arlington YouTube channel. Usually it's up within a couple of hours so that you can watch it and rewatch it if you'd like. And so you don't have to be here live. I love it when you are, because I love your comments. But just know that you can also watch it on our Unity of Arlington YouTube channel, which, please, by the way, when you're there, go ahead and click subscribe, right? We started with 0 a couple of months ago, and now we have, I think, over 110 subscribers. So that's very exciting. Alrighty. Now, I do want to sort of advise you about just this one thing, and that is that to put a myrtle on it is not magical thinking. No, it's not. There are no, magical wands to wave. There's no, as we say, pink frosting or, unicorns. This is your spiritual journey. This is your unique spiritual work to do, right? And so it's all about your own unique evolution, which is why I kind of like to say, welcome to your spiritual revolution, right? This is your journey. Now, you may have heard that we have a big election day coming up next Tuesday, November the, have you heard that? Yeah. And so because of that, today I'm going to share what I hope will be some helpful ideas from Myrtle's book, Healing Letters. Now, if you do not have this book, I really encourage you. Now, you can probably download it to your Kindle, but I like to have this as a hard copy. And, you'll see why, because I have all kinds of notes in here. And so I do encourage you to get this book. You can go to, of course, Amazon. Please do use your Amazon.smile when you do that. And you may have actually even chosen Unity of Arlington as your charity. Okay, so today I am going to be sharing from her chapter called To Truth Students. To Truth Students. And by the way, that's you and me. That's you and me. Boom. We are the truth students. And so this chapter starts on page 123, and I will be sharing some excerpts between that page and through 131. It's interesting because this one chapter is almost 20 pages, which is kind of unusual if you're familiar with some of her works. Okay, so I am going to actually share the first passage actually is on page 125. So if you have this book, you can join me there. It's at the bottom paragraph on that page. Okay, so here we go. Here's what Myrtle has to say. Relevant today as any day. Remember that your heart is and always will be right with God. It is the throne of love, and God is love. You are eternally one with your source and creator. So it's just a matter of getting still, peaceful, calm, and serene, with your thoughts away for a while from all of the outer activities, which we know there's plenty of these going on these days, and opening up the way for the mighty and abundant inflow of spirit that visualizes, invigorates, builds up, and renews every place in mind, heart, soul, and body. Your Creator is always on the job, and through our united prayers, Christ, the living Word, is bringing into manifestation what is already an established part of your being, wholeness. Now I'm going to move on to page 127, a little more than halfway down. She says, I love this. She says, "Dear heart, you and I both realize that the supply is in the one, capital O, one, that the one never runs short of supply. Now, when we get the concept of this, and it becomes a habit for us to appropriate and apply this consciousness as we do the air that is constantly ready for our use, we shall be one with the omnipresent reservoir of God's supply and have no more lack of any kind. God, in the midst of you, is a tower of strength and stability. You are filled with vim, vigor, vitality, and tireless energy of Christ in you. And you are renewed at every moment of the day." Alrighty, I'm moving now on to page 131, about halfway down, if you have your book and you want to join with me. This, I think, is one of the most powerful passages in all of Myrtle's writings. This is one of my favorites. She says, so I want you to pay attention. I want you to get this. Okay, so lean in. She says, "You ask, what's wrong with me?" And she says, "My dear, we are not looking for the wrong things with our spiritual eye of faith that beholds only the divine image and likeness. We are made in the image and likeness of God. We are seeing you as the Father created you in the beginning, whole, illumined, full of faith, perfect. By seeing you from God's standpoint, we help you to manifest your innate divinity." Wow. Okay, so I am now I'm just going to pop back through some of the highlights here. Hi, Linda. Hi, Keith and Marie. I'm so glad you're with us today. Okay, so in this first passage, she says, remember that your heart is and always will be right with God. That it is the throne of love. Your heart is the throne of love, and God is love, right? God is known by many names: source, creator. I have a congregant that refers to God as Gus, great universal spirit. But we certainly know that God is also known by the name of love. And you are always expressing this quality. You have this quality of love in your expression of oneness with God. She goes on to say that there is an abundant inflow of spirit that vitalizes, invigorates, builds up, and renews every place in mind, heart, soul, and body. Well, thank goodness for that, right? Then she goes on to say on page 127, God in the midst of you. God in the midst of you. God in the midst of you is you, as you, is always working through you and from you. God, the entity that is always the same today, tomorrow, and forever. In you, as you, is you, from you. She says, you are filled, and I love this language. This is the language of Myrtle, right? You are filled with vim, vigor, vitality, and tireless energy of Christ in you, and that you are renewed every moment of the day. Again, thank goodness that we know that. We know that we know that we know that. We may have to tune out the outside activities, right? And tune in to God in us, as us. But the truth is that the truth, capital T truth, is that that is always available to us in the midst of any day, any circumstance. Now, oh my goodness. You ask, what's wrong with me? Now, oh my gosh. Okay. So it's so easy to get caught up in, looking at not what's right and what's going well, but to that default of everything that's wrong, not only, within ourselves, but maybe even our surroundings. Right. So this is why this is a really powerful lesson. She's saying, my dear, we're not looking for the wrongs. Now, she doesn't mean don't recognize it. She doesn't mean don't pay attention to it. But she's also saying, where your focus is, that is what is going to expand, right? So, we're not looking for the wrong things. We are looking with our spiritual eye of faith for those things that are made in the image and likeness of God. We know that we are made in the image and likeness of our Creator, which is why we are one with this presence, the one power of God the good. And so she says, by seeing you from God's standpoint, we help you to manifest your innate divinity. Now, I'm not sure if I read this part before, but I know we could just read the whole book together, right? And we probably will over time. She says, so take your eyes away from appearances as they seem to be limited human vision. Be diligent in holding to your innate Christ perfection under all circumstances. And so, in light of this really big election day that is coming, I'm sure that you can sense the energy that is swirling in and around and through our nation right now. And so, someone is going to win and someone is not going to win. But what I want you to do, what I want to remind you to do, is to remember that you are that Christ presence. Now, you may be joyful or you may be a little sad about the outcome in this election, but that does not change the truth of who you are and how you show up and your Christ presence in the world. And so, with that, let us take some of these beautiful divine ideas into prayer. So we've had a little Myrtle, and now we're going to have some prayer. Now, here's the thing. This is the lesson, right? And then we take that lesson into our prayer practice, into our meditation practice, because over time, this is how this shifts start to happen. So what once was then becomes your new way of doing things. So we take the lesson into practice. So let's do just that. So wherever you are, whatever's happening in the midst of your day here on Friday, or whenever you're watching this, give yourself permission right now to have some peace and solitude and quietude. So I invite you to just take a couple of very easy, gentle breaths, whatever that is for you, whatever that looks like, whatever that feels like for you in this moment. Just simply give yourself permission for this sacred space. So simply breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. We come into this meditation with an open heart and an open mind. We come into this time together in gratitude. In gratitude simply for the knowing that all is in divine order and that we can rest in that knowing. That we can rest in the experience of God. God by whatever name, you know God. But that we can rest easily and peacefully and softly in our experience of God. And so as we move even deeper now into this time of prayer and meditation, I invite you to allow my words to be your words. And the reason that I invite you to allow my words to be your words is because I want you to be participating this from the sense of I am. Not just hearing me say you are, but in the sanctity of your own heart and mind, you will be saying, I am. The great I am. I am that I am. And so, I know that my thoughts and my words and my deeds are coming into alignment right here and right now with truth, capital T, truth. My thoughts, my words, my actions, my deeds are coming into alignment with my true nature, my love nature, my God nature, the very nature and essence of who I am, knowing that love is the very essence of who I am. And so I begin to bless my body temple. And so I just kind of take an overview of my body. I scan my body. I bless my body. I bless my skin suit that I walk around in. I bless my bones, my bone structure. I bless my eyes, my nose, my lips, my gums, my teeth, my tongue, the power of my tongue. I bless my throat and my voice. I use my voice for good. I bless my ears. I bless what I hear and how I interpret it. I bless my arms, my hands, my fingers. I bless my entire chest area, my ribs. Oh, the beauty of my heart. I bless my heart, my entire cardiovascular system, and the beautiful ways in which it works for me. The beauty of the machinations of this amazing organ. I bless my heart. I bless all of my internal functions. Again, just in amazement at the way my body works and my body functions. I bless my gallbladder, my liver, my kidneys. I bless my colon. I bless my back, my spine, my entire pelvic region. I bless my thighs, my knees, my calves, my ankles, my feet, and my toes. And if I can, I just raise my feet off of the ground and I just kind of circle my ankles. Circle them one direction and then circle them in the opposite direction as I am able. And so now, again, I just simply scan my body. And with such joy and such gratitude, I just say thank you. Thank you to my body. I bless my body, and I know that my body blesses me. I love my body temple, and I know that my body loves me. And so I am so grateful for all of the areas that are just aglow with radiance and health in the ways that they are functioning and supporting me. I'm so grateful. And now I allow any area that's just trying to get my attention, an area that is sending me a message, an area that maybe needs a little extra love, a little extra tenderness, a little extra attention. Could be a specific part of my body that is just revealing itself so that healing can take place. It might be an area of my life where I simply need to get that message about a little more exercise or movement as I'm able to. It might be about diet. It might be about the foods that I'm choosing to put into my body and the ones that I'm not. You know, it could be about the energy that I allow my body to behold. It could be about rest. It could be about allowing myself to take that time away for much needed rest and renewal. We all need that as we go through different seasons of our lives. I need that. And so I'm grateful for that awareness. And so as I pay attention to these messages, I just simply allow, especially those areas that are just glowing with so much radiance and health. And so I just allow that energy now to flood into some of these areas that are wanting my attention. I'm allowing this shift to happen. I'm allowing this to take place. I am allowing a healing. I'm allowing regeneration, renewal. I am allowing release of what is not serving me. I'm allowing peace. I'm allowing whatever space my heart is calling me forward to do. And so I'm going to take that message with me now into the silence for just a moment, just a few moments. Again, just resting so softly in the experience of God, in the experience of this soft place to be, where all of my needs are met, and I know that all is well. In the silence. And so, with an open heart and with such gratitude, I know that God is in the midst of me, as me. And so I know that love is the great healer. Love is the great harmonizer. In all circumstances, there is only love. And I am that love. And so, I take this with me, moving forward with the rest of my day with great love and joy and enthusiasm, knowing that I am walking in the light of God and I am the light of God. And for this, I am so grateful. And so it is. Amen. Amen, amen, and amen. And so we've had a little Myrtle, a little prayer, and now we're going to have a little song. Now this is very simple, it's very easy, so I invite you in the comfort of your own home. Isn't this great? You don't even have to leave the comfort of your own home to enjoy this service. Isn't this wonderful? So in the comfort of really wherever you are, join in singing. We're going to sing this 3 times. Are you ready? I call this the Myrtle song. Here we go. From the top of my head to the tips of my toes, I'm healthy and whole in mind, body, and soul. From the top of my head to the tips of my toes, I'm healthy and whole in mind, body, and soul. From the top of my head to the tips of my toes, I'm healthy and whole in mind, body, and soul. From the top of my head to the tips of my toes. I'm healthy and whole in mind, body, and soul. From the top of my head to the tips of my toes. I'm healthy and whole in mind, body, and soul. From the top of my head to the tips of my toes. I'm healthy and whole in mind, body, and soul. Mind, body, and soul. Mind, body, and soul. And that is how you put a myrtle on it. That's how you put a myrtle on it. Can I get an amen? Amen. Amen, amen, and amen. And so I would like to invite you to share this video so that others can hear this message about Myrtle and her teachings. And if you would like to share your spirit of generosity, we certainly are open to receive. You can do that in 3 easy ways. You can go to our website, unityofarlington.org, click the donate button. You can also do it through our text to give, Tithely platform, and of course you can also send it into Unity of Arlington, and you can find that address on our website. Now all of these are also posted with this service, so you can go and review those if you would like. Now I also want to invite you this Sunday. I'm going to start a new fall series. This is a 3-part Sunday message series based on this fabulous book called Love for No Reason. It's a New York Times bestseller by Marcy Shimoff. And so my first talk in this series this Sunday is Love, the Final Frontier. So join us back here on Sunday, Facebook Live at 11 a.m. Central Time for that. And I am also going to offer a 3-week book study to go along with the talk series that will begin on Thursday, 7 p.m. Central Time on Zoom. So you can be in any city, in any state, and you don't have to leave home. So that's going to start on November 5th and also on the 12th and the 19th. And so I invite you to sign up for that. That is also listed in our newsletter, but I will post it as well here on our U of A Facebook page after the service today. So if you would like to sign up for that, you can do that easily just by clicking on the link. Now, here's the thing, y'all. As I mentioned, there is a really big election coming up on next Tuesday. And so my divine guidance in what sort of message series to do around this election, regardless of the outcome, comes down to love for no reason. And so I do hope that you'll be able to join us for the series and maybe even the book study if that's something that resonates with you, which I hope that it does. Okay, that is all for now. That's a new word. To now. Thank you for joining us today. Again, whether you're here live or watching it at a later time, I love you. I truly do. I love you. God bless you. And so until next time, peace and blessings. Mwah.